Welcome back to Soul Talk. So, I was on the beach and I did a beautiful talk on the beach about Mercury Retrograde because we're in that right now. And when I got back home to upload it, I noticed that there was so much wind noise that you could not possibly hear what I was saying. So, I'm doing it again in the comfort of my home, and it's getting ready to storm outside. But I was tremendously blessed with a whole pod of dolphins coming by, and that was such a blessing, and I was so grateful. So, I wanted to share a little bit today with you about Mercury retrograde and what does that mean? Well, first of all, Mercury, the planet, it rules in our house of communication. And when it goes in retrograde, it appears that it moves backwards, but it really isn't moving backwards. It's just the appearance, it's an illusion. But when that happens, it dramatically affects our communication, it affects our technology, it affects things that has to do with our speaking, negotiating, contracts, business contracts, especially, or closing on a house contracts. I wouldn't do in Mercury retrograde at all. It affects our listening abilities. It affects our electronics, computers break. You'll notice washers, dryers, refrigerators break. And it also affects the fact that we have a lot of mishaps during Mercury retrograde. But the good news is that Mercury is in retrograde is really, really good for us to move into introspection, move into finding inner revelations, disconnect from the electronics. So my advice is during Mercury retrograde is to make sure that you do not sign any contracts, that if you're trying to make a point at your job or with somebody in your life, I wouldn't try to do that while Mercury's in retrograde. Mercury's in retrograde from May 18th, which was yesterday, I believe, to June the 11th. So you have some time to spend some time on doing some inner revelations and some inner work. This is a great time because you move into using what I call a different lens to look at things. And so when you're looking from a different lens, you can have epiphanies about either current situations in your life or past situations. So it's not all bad. Some people hear Mercury in retrograde and they want to stop everything. It doesn't mean to stop what you currently have going. It just means that you aren't going to want to go and move into a new endeavor during Mercury retrograde. Also, you're coupling that with a new moon that just passed on May 18th, as well as all the shifts that are going on in the planetary alignments. And this is causing some stress and anxiety with people. So breathe, breathe. Take a deep breath in. If you're feeling agitated and aggravated and frustrated and anxious, it's normal right now. Just try to unplug and spend this time on working on yourself. And when you do this, it will bring you some comfort. It'll quiet some of those extra energies or extra sparks, what I call. It will calm that in your energy field. It'll allow you truly a break. So, today the message is disconnect so that you can become reconnected.